Hello and welcome to a quick look of Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, and joining me for that is Chase Kinnicky. I am Bobby.
They made a second Spider-Man game.
They've made Spider-Man 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Technically, this is the third Spider-Man game, I suppose.
Technically, yes, because I guess they did Miles Morales, but that felt a lot like what's the thing I'm thinking of? Uncharted, where they did like that little
lost whatever the hell.
It's not quite DLC. It's not quite a game. It's somewhere in between, but you got
a standalone DLC in that kind of way.
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yeah, perfect.
That's one too.
Oh, I thought you were saying that because he was standing on top of a building.
Well, yes.
Yeah, I guess it looks like Assassin's Creed. What do you want from me?
But yeah,
yes, Assassin's Creed Mirage. That is also that standalone DLC idea. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were being shitty.
No, it's definitely that.
No, that's my job to be shitty like that. You're a genuine person.
But hey, man, swinging has never felt better, Chase. It feels really good.
Yeah, that's what I hear from some people. Let me tell the audience a little bit about this game before you get into it. Spider-Man 2 is a 2004 action-adventure game made by Treyarch for the PlayStation 2. It's also on the Xbox, the GameCube, and the PSP. And I gotta say, this looks really good for a PS2 game.
It looks insanely good. I'm so glad you did.
Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry. Yeah, this is Marvel's Spider-Man 2, the 2023 video game on the PlayStation 5. I see where I went wrong. They made two Spider-Man 2s.
Yes. And just a heads up, if you are getting any audio issues or anything on our end, let us know in the comments. We've had some weird technical stuff happening with our recordings today. Speaking of technical, I wanted to call this out. For anybody who's watching this, there's been a lot of Discord online around how to play this game. I'm playing this on a PS5. If you go over to settings here, I wanted to show this really quick.
Isn't it only available on the PS5?
It's only on the PS5, but the big thing is on which graphics mode. So they've got fidelity and they've got performance that you can go between. They also have VRR, variable refresh rate, which I have on smooth. And then the other one that I have is if you have the ability to play at 120 hertz, which I do on this monitor, have that to auto. I started playing this with, oops, I did not mean to turn that off there. Hang on a second. It'll come back on because it's resetting.
Nice.
We're going to turn that back on. So you're seeing a lot here that you shouldn't be seeing. There we go. With that being said,
doesn't it?
It hurts bad, baby. This is the way to play it, I think. Having fidelity on with smooth and auto, that will get you, in my opinion, the best looking version of the game that you can play right now. We're playing as Miles Morales, which you did not get to play as in Marvel's Spider-Man, but you got to play as in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, that standalone DLC. He was in the game, and he became a Spider-Man near the end, and they teased this partnership. And Peter Parker, who is a playable character, of course, in this, is also the mentor. But gameplay-wise, if you played the first one or Miles Morales, you're going to feel right at home. There's a lot to unpack here for this game, a lot by suits, because there are 67 suits a piece, baby. And
so many fucking suits.
They are all apparently comic accurate. I will be very transparent here. I have not followed a ton of Spider-Man comics. But
all the ones from the comics are comic accurate.
Yes.
But I believe there are also a bunch of original suits they made.
There are, and there's some from the movie. So like if I switch over here to Peter, I'm currently in what they're calling the black suit, but maybe you know what that actually is. You will see we've got Spider-Man from the current MCU. That is the, I believe, the Tony Hawk design, not Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah, do a kickflip.
You do some of those on here.
Spider-Man was in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, so Drax.
Tony Stark made that one. Yeah. You've got the Andrew Garfield.
That's much less interesting.
You've got, of course, the Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire edition.
They were all Peter Parker.
Well, not these over here. They're Miles. But yes. this one here is Peter Parker. But you got a bunch of other ones here. This is Miles again. He has some suits from the Spider-Verse is in here as well. I have not unlocked the actual Spider-Verse one. But one of the things that they've done also is they've got variations of each suit. So this one, for example, we can go into and then you can choose a different color variate if you wanted to. I've tried to mix it up a lot, like, and just go through different ones here.
Do you know if you get the Across the Spider-Verse suit, do they do the frame thing again?
Yes, you can have that be something that you have. And then the other one for Peter, let me see if I can get the silhouette for it. I think it's on here up this way. There it is. This is this is Nick Cage's one, and this will actually do like black and white for the gameplay when you're playing it.
Oh, that's cool.
But they're cool. Like if you're into the lore and the movies and all the different versions of Spider-Man, because there's a lot of them, this is where you can change that up. The other thing that you can work on is your suit tech. And with that, you can upgrade these skill trees. These are universal. So these are things that both of the Spider-Men can benefit from. And they cost tech parts that you find in the city. There's also city tokens that you can get to upgrade this. The other thing is your gadgets. And these have upgrade paths on them as well. And you can kit out like what abilities and what gadgets you're taking with it. Then, if that wasn't enough,
oh no, it was enough.
Now this is what's really gross. You've got a skill tree for Peter, you've got a skill tree for Miles, and you've got a skill tree that goes for both.
What?
And it's a lot. There's a lot to upgrade in this game.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And here's where you can put out your abilities on each character.
What's the difference between skills and abilities?
Well, these are just your skills that you're unlocking that you can then put onto your ability. So like you can unlock more than you can equip. So it then becomes how you want to play it. So if I go over here to Miles, he's using all of his Venom abilities. I will say that anybody who played these games, if you played Miles Morales after Spider-Man, you realized, holy shit, Miles is a lot cooler than Peter Parker in a lot of ways.
Sure. Yeah, if you played like the
Yes.
Final Fantasy VII Intergrade with the Yuffie chapter, you'd be like, oh, this is way more fun to play combat wise than
100%.
Cloud and Tifa. They're gonna have to fix that in Rebirth, right?
Well, if they do what they did here, they're like, hey, fucking the symbiote is way cooler than it.
Yeah, like what if everybody played really cool?
Yeah. And then you have your missions and you have your collections as well. So there's a lot to unpack there. You can pull up your phone, which is how you're going to have all of your different types of events to go and do. If you pull up the map, this is a big ass map. You actually have Brooklyn and you've got Queens in here now. You've got Manhattan as well. And you've got different neighborhoods that you can go into. If you look at the Upper East Side, so you can see that there's a progression bar, and I don't think I've unlocked it yet for any neighborhood. Maybe I have. Nope. So the fast travel I was really hoping to have unlocked to show you today because it's pretty remarkable. Actually, let's work our way here because I do want to show that off.
There is kind of a form of fast travel here, right? Because this does do like a Grand Theft Auto 5 kind of thing.
Yeah,
where...
you can switch between your characters, but you also have this now. We're flying, baby.
Sure, yeah. Who needs to swing anymore?
No.
Pointless.
Flying works great. You can even do the do a barrel roll, or as you will say, it's not an actual barrel roll.
Not since Crackdown 2 have you.
But man, it does. There we go.
Yeah, I know you're waiting for me.
I was waiting for you to do it. Let me see if I can get into this little slipstream down here. There we go. Now we're really flying, baby. We caught the wind.
Sure. What? They took. I mean, they didn't take the swinging out, but they've made the swinging less important in a Spider-Man game.
Yep. They sure have.
Can only Miles do this?
No, everybody can do it.
Okay, great.
So I quickly was like, and that's the other thing. They've got little spots here in the city. Like this is going to boost us up. So now we're going to come right over here and get to... I know, I was actually going the wrong way too. It worked out okay.
I mean, it looks cool, but also, what are you doing?
I know it's one of those things where like I thought swinging was, I did not mean to go into a story beat, everybody. Spoilers.
Yeah, Spider-Man, he comes into your house now. Spoilers.
We're trying to find Doc Connors at this point in the game. For
so
reasons.
You were playing as Miles, but you got into like a Peter story section, so it automatically switched you to Peter.
And I don't know if I can switch back out right now. It's pretty, yeah, I'm in a story beat. Let me see if I can actually load.
The abandoned mission, does that just get you back out where you were?
Yeah, I think so. There we go. Cool. So if I pull up the phone, I think that's where I can switch right over. Yeah, so let's just switch to Miles. It does this really, like, this is, technically speaking, one of the most impressive things I've seen a console do. Like, almost immediate load time. It's really bonkers how they've done this.
Yeah, the Grand Theft Auto 5 took a bit to go from the different people whose names I definitely remember.
Yeah, you know all of them, right? Trevor. Yep, that's the only one I really remember.
Okay.
But the cool thing is, once you, and what we're gonna go do over here, the first thing that you encounter in the game is like this kaiju Sandman attack. It's fucking massive.
I have seen some clips
yes.
that look pretty cool.
It's awesome. It's one of the coolest openings to a game in some time, but it's just fucking bananas, like how much they're throwing at you when they do that. And now there's remnants of it, because you find out that like he's not really doing this because he's malicious. He's doing it because he's having a fucking panic attack and bad shit's going on, and it causes him to freak the fuck out.
Bobby, they're hunting me. Hunter chase. Crime has been reported.
Yes, Chase, they're after you. You've done bad things.
Protect me.
Shit. I will do my absolute best to do that. So I had switched my suit up for Miles. I'm going to just put on his quick, there we go. This is like his new suit for the game. So we'll switch to that really quick. Again, very fast switching.
And the suits are just aesthetic, right?
Yep. There's nothing that happens with it. Well, the black suit for Peter, obviously.
Sure. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
The symbiote.
So you only get the symbiote stuff if you're in the black suit?
Well, I haven't been out of the suit yet, but that's the only time that I've seen a suit change, like how you get abilities with that suit, obviously, because it's, you know, it's Venom. It's the symbiote.
Yeah, I guess it would be weird to try to put those abilities in if you're in a different Spider-Man suit.
Which I don't know how it's going to play out. I mean, at this point in time, you have not met Venom, you have not seen Venom, but the suit, I mean, if you follow, this is not a spoiler for the game, if you just know.
You are Venom, right? Like, that's what the black suit is.
Yeah, definitely. So here we're going to fight, this is one of the events, fighting fucking Sandmen to retain a memory of
Sand Boys.
Of what maybe would have.
The Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys are here. I think, did we get all of them? No, we got a few more of them here.
Free as soul.
We will absolutely be doing that. These guys are
getting lost in your rock and roll. I'm going to stop doing this on this now.
Thank you. Appreciate it. They're fun to fight. They kind of pop in and out. They've got some cool projectile abilities. They're, you know, like a lot of different things in this game. There's a lot of repetition. A lot of these other, if you are going into this in a way, so I grab this here. This is going to be the break the crystal, and you get to hear one of Flint Marco's memories on like why he's being hunted or why he was having panic attacks. That's going to give us a few more abilities in the area that we're in. We got some more city tokens.
His name, of course it is. His name is actually Flint.
Yeah.
He's a sand man.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose that tracks.
So that's when you have one of his big abilities. I just wanted to show that off prematurely because that's what we do here.
Some fast travel.
I did. Let's check out how that works. So I have not done this yet, but I heard that when you are on a map, if there's any spot, now that we have the fast travel ability unlocked here, we can just go right here, hold that down, and this should instantaneously put us right there on the map, which is fucking awesome. Holy shit.
It is pretty cool. And yet again, they've taken out more reasons to swing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, when you have a collectathon like this, so if I wanted to do this, now look, I can get around there pretty quick, but let's say I wanted to go to this spot, dude, it puts us right fucking there in seconds. In seconds, that is insane for a fucking console.
Tech-wise, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely, that's incredible. I'm extremely impressed. Again, like you're Spider-Man. The point of playing a Spider-Man game to me is swinging to different places because that's what Spider-Man does.
He flies now, baby. They fly now. It's terrible. Terrible pun for a terrible thing. This game, let's talk a little bit about what's going on with it. I'm having a blast with it. I thought the first one was just okay. I come from an era where I thought the PS.
Okay, I thought I remember you really liking that game.
The first one?
Yeah,
I really liked Miles Morales. I thought the first one narratively was great. Doc Ock was super cool, but I had just felt like, this is a lot. Like, it's very repetitive. Emotionally, it was charged. It was great. There was some really weird shit they did when it came to like having you play as MJ and not really being able to do much. That's still here, but they've given MJ a stun gun, so she's a little bit more competent in like avoiding some of those things. But
wasn't Black Cat in that game too?
Black Cat was in that one. She's in this one too, but she's on the lam, and that's one of the things. So Kraven the Hunter is actually hunting. Let's go stop this event, by the way. He's hunting the bad guys because he is looking for a challenge, and he feels like New York's this concrete jungle full of interesting villains, and so he's been the supposed big bad right now, and busting people out that you've.
He's killing. Oh, he's busting them out. I see. I was like,
yeah,
if he's taking care of the bad guys. Great. It makes my job easier.
Well, and that's the thing is that you've been having to basically save the bad guys from Kraven because everybody else is terrible, and so you want to make sure that he is not doing all this dumb shit where he would supposedly be. I mean, he straight up killed. I'm not gonna say who, but he kills a fucking villain, like a very well-known villain in Spider-Man's rogues gallery. There,
I don't know. I know so few Spider-Man villains, so this is just me guessing.
Do you know anybody in the Sinister Six?
Rhino in that?
Yep.
He is? Okay. Wow. Look at me. Look at me. I know Dr. Octopus.
Yep.
I know Green Goblin.
Yep.
I know a different guy who also throws pumpkins. Who I had
that's Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin. There you go.
Yeah, that's traditionally Harry. Okay, so Harry Osborn, who is the son of Norman Osborn.
So it's not just hey, we made the same character twice.
He's the son, and so you got Green Goblin and Hobgoblin, who are family.
I know Venom and I know Carnage. Those are the ones that matter to me.
Do you know the Vulture?
Because I watched that one Spider-Man movie. Yes.
Yeah, Vulture's up there. He's Batman. He was actually. So Sam Raimi was in the middle of filming Spider-Man 4, and they shut it down for Andrew Garfield. They were not happy with where things were going. John Malkovich was actually on.
And they said, "Oh, we need this Andrew Garfield to make a real Spider-Man movie because those other Spider-Man movies were bad."
Correct. That's exactly what it was. I don't think I can fast travel here. Yep, we don't have the ability there. We're just gonna head. We're gonna swing for chase, everybody.
All right.
Swinging. I mean, look. Even though you might think it's not prominent here, which they've certainly done their job to move it away to other things. It feels very good to swing, and you can still do like tricks and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when the first game came out, there were a lot of people who were going, "Man, the swinging feels amazing," and there were a bunch of other people who played Spider-Man 2, the one for the PlayStation 2, who were like, "This swinging feels I didn't play the PS2 Spider-Man game, so I don't know this. I just hear people really like that. I
It
found
was
this to
good.
be
It was very
a
good.
little too simplified, but yeah, they've added more things that you can do while swinging. So it's still swinging is super easy, but you can get extra mastery out of it.
You can actually turn it any sort of like swinging assist off also. Oh, the other thing I like is that they actually do battle damage. Like if your health went down, your suit has the tears and
Oh, yeah,
shit.
your knee's a little
Yep.
scratched up.
I like that stuff quite a bit. And I think that works out very well. I need to go and do that actual event there. Let me go back up here and do that. It's one of these things where like I can show you all a bunch of these little like side mission shit. What I would recommend a lot of people to do is this. If you just keep chasing them on the map, you're going to burn yourself out. Because there's so many of them, and some of these just repopulate. What I've found is they're unlocking a lot of stuff behind essentially story beats. And so play through the story, and while you're on your way to do other shit, go and do some of those abilities, like, or those events, like take those out, check them out, and it'll be worth, god damn it, it'll be worth it. I should really not try and talk to you about what I'm doing here while trying to fly.
That's awesome.
No, I can get him back. I'll get him back. We're gonna catch him.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of thinking about things, because we've been through the Ubisoft games before. Like you said, we also have more Assassin's Creed that does the same thing, kind of going back to its roots as well. But just play the game. Like,
yes.
and if you get like a wild hair to be like, oh, I'd really like to switch things up a little bit and try this other thing instead for now, yeah, go do a side mission. But play the game.
Yes, it's absolutely worth it too. Like the story stuff that's happening is honestly like propelling me forward in this game. Like, not that I don't like this stuff, but if I was just like kind of doing I've seen New York, like you mentioned it, like I've been flying around fucking New York, swinging on webs for 20 fucking years. Like, I don't need to do this anymore. But I think that what Insomniac has done is they have captured what I love about Peter Parker and Spider-Man as a character: the insecurities, the self-doubt, the earnest, like, I want to help people, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the quippy fucking smartass. Like, they have captured that beautifully. And what I really appreciate is I've grown to love Miles Morales. Like, I grew up very much with a Peter Parker only Spider-Man, and I have fallen so hard for Miles and his story, and I cannot wait. Well, we'll abandon the challenge to see where that all ties up, because if you've seen Peter Parker in a black suit, let's just say that, they made fun of his ass, well deservedly, for being an emo Peter Parker, and that much is here. Also, we just switched so fast. I mean, seconds there. And I think that his attitude in this suit is very much, it's corny at times, but I feel like they've done a much better job of why he would be kind of this arrogant asshole, because he has some incredible strength and powers, and they've made him.
Can you get into a fight just so I can see some more of the Venom powers? Because I think we've only fought with Miles so far.
Yeah, let's do that here. We'll go fight some more sand people.
So, this game is still kind of a collectathon. It is kind of a
100%
open world thing, very very similar to the first game. Do you feel like? I mean, that game came out a little while ago at this point. Do you feel like you just don't want to do that shit again?
I mean,
or are you down to just, let's explore this very similar space? In fact, like, a lot of this map is the same as before, right?
100%. It's very much that. That's the other thing that they've added in to make Peter, before you got the symbiote suit, they added in the constant Doc Ock style arms, and that's made for some cool stuff. But here you get some really cool stuff like fuck you, you get venomed, and I like that quite a bit also.
And now that it's just sand guys, you don't have to give a fuck about killing people.
No. Well, that's the other thing too. Like, earlier, well, not earlier, but I think the MCU tried to address like with actually Spider-Man. Like the whole reason you had Vulture is he was going through and picking up tech that came from the big battle from when New York got destroyed by the Avengers. And here, dude, like you fucking just wreck New York. Like they don't care at all. Like there's so many people or fucking places that just get destroyed because of that. So yeah, playing as Peter Parker feels very good. Not that it was terrible in the first game, but man, the symbiote I've always liked Secret Wars symbiote suit Peter. I think Venom is one of the coolest comic book characters ever. And I'm excited to see how they approach him further, because without going into spoiler territory, they take some different approaches with how you might come to understand that character, especially if you're expecting certain people who were Venom or how Venom got to Manhattan in the first place to be here. It's really cool, man. Like, it feels good, it looks good, it plays very good.
Is Gwen Stacy dead in this world?
I have not seen Gwen yet. I can't remember if anything happens to her. I can tell you, this is a spoiler for Spider-Man, the first game. Aunt May is dead. She dies in the first one. And so does Doc Ock. Those two people are dead. Okay. But yeah, man, like
Uncle Ben dead.
Ben's been dead. So now Peter does not have his aunt and uncle. He does not have his family. He's
Randy
also
Savage,
very
also
dead.
Also
very dead.
Peter
is
no longer ready.
I would say mid-20s in this one, and Miles is very much in high school. He's currently applying for colleges, and he's dealing with a lot of that stuff about like his future and is he always going to be fighting crime? Peter is at a point in his life where he's kind of wanting to hang it up and be just that mentor. Like he's wanting to settle down with MJ. She's kind of hesitant to move in with him because she doesn't see him as stable, which true, he's not. And I think that they're covering some really impressive areas of storytelling, as they always have. Very heartfelt, very relatable. Loss, love, all the above. Very, very cool how they're going into it. Yes. Can we help you?
I just love the idea of like, I'm just flying around, just fly. Man, I flew over like 2 miles, and I mean miles as the unit of measure, not miles as Morales, but I just like flew 2 miles and just to kick this motherfucker in the face.
Fuck you, crime. You want to play in my city? No, thank you.
You fucking scouted.
I'm in my emo phase.
Like 4 clicks out, and I'm
Here,
like,
trash.
That guy, I'm gonna fuck up his day.
Fuck you, trash. The other thing too, I did 5 web strikes there, so I got the bonus on top of that. And all this is the currency that you use to go into like suit tech and other things. As you level up, that's how you unlock the suits, by the way. So the next time we get a level is at level 22, which we're really close. Maybe I could do something to get us there, but I don't think I'll get there in time for us.
Didn't they change Peter in this one, or did they change him in Miles Morales?
They changed him when they remastered the game.
Oh, that's right. That was
it. They remastered him, and I can't remember exactly what they...
God, they remastered a modern
dude
video game.
Sony loves to fucking remaster this shit. And I just read, not that this has anything to do with this at all, but you brought it up, they're already talking about remastering The Last of Us Part 2. They want to remaster.
End this quick. Look, get me out of here. I need to go lay down.
If you want to hear more about the games that we like, you can do that a few different ways. I would first of all like and subscribe here on YouTube. We bring a lot of our stuff over here, and eventually might start streaming here because we traditionally just stream on Twitch, which on Mondays and Fridays you can hang out with me and Chase, or Chase and Johnny, or me and Chase and Johnny, doesn't, who knows? But we play video games together on Mondays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Central on twitch.tv/casual hour. We record our podcast, The Casual Hour, every Wednesday at 9 right there on Twitch. And then we put that wherever you can listen to your podcast and enjoy them on Friday mornings around 10 a.m. Central. If you want to hang out, please do so. Chase, we've had a lot of fun showing off Spider-Man. It's a cool video game, one that I'm really enjoying.
Look, I've certainly been shitty on this quick look. And I think that some of that is well deserved. They devalued the fucking swinging. That still drives me crazy.
What about this though? What about this?
That's pretty cool. That's a cool thing. And I think a lot of the things in this game are cool. I'm sure it's a very competent game. I don't give a fuck about superhero stuff anymore. Spider-Man was like my last bastion of I still like Spider-Man. I just don't care about any of the rest of this shit anymore. I think I am just fully exhausted by superhero stuff.
And open world games, you said.
And open world games, so double exhausted by this. It's probably not something I'm going to pick up, but I get it if you're the. Yep, sure. I get it if you're the kind of person who's like this looks like absolutely my shit. I think there's a lot of stuff to like here.
It's a pretty game.
They devalued the fucking swinging. What the fuck?
With trains. God, you sound like J. Jonah Jameson right now. Can you believe Spider-Man is flying now? What's next? He's a menace.
And
he
also,
flies.
J. Jonah Jameson is not J.K. Simmons in this game, correct?
As much as they would want him to be, there's a lot of likeness to him. But I think that I don't know if you encountered how they've approached him in the MCU yet. You've seen those. You've seen those.
Oh, in the MCU.
Yeah, it's still
in
him.
This game, he has got a podcast, right?
That's the thing.
He's a podcaster like us.
They've basically made him Alex Jones.
Yeah, right.
And that's kind of like they walk the line between the Sam Raimi universe Spider-Man and then the MCU one. That's how they've approached this one here. So it's cool, man. It's definitely a showpiece game. Not quite your tempo. I can understand that completely. But yeah, I'm having a great time with it. I think out of the Insomniac ones, this is probably the best one, and I appreciate you being here to check it out with me.
Yeah, thanks for showing it off.
Yeah,